Hi guys, it's Ruthie with the Popo Backyard Farm, and I wanted to show you some of the snow and teach you a little life lesson. I thought this would be a fun thing to do. Sometimes I might just, share something about my life that I think may be helpful to some of you. But I'll start it out with this. This is kind of about karma and how you treat people. And I'll start it off with, there's like 3 parts of this, so listen on and I'll be quick. Number 1 is I used to work in a church. I was a church secretary, and one time the pastor was all upset about somebody that was saying bad things to him, and I said, don't say nothing. I said, he'll hang himself. And that's what I shared with him, and of course I came from a big church family, and my daddy had taught me things like that. So that's kind of where I'm going with. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes you don't have to say nothing and the people will hang themselves. Now, I'm not having any problems like this with anybody. I just got a chuckle about these stories earlier today. So I'll start off with, now that was number 1. Number 2, and you got to hang out for number 3 because number 3 is really funny. Well, I went to Christian school for part of my education, a few years. Went to a Christian private school. So when I went back to the regular high school, which I was probably in, 10th grade, I was kind of, like the new kid, and a girl pulled up her chair to me at the table, and she was like one of the popular kids, and I was in a homeroom or something, and she said to me, what school did you come from? And I said, Faith Baptist. She took her chair and immediately turned around. It was like she was snotty, and oh, you came from there, and she just like made me feel like a complete loser. Okay, well, that was embarrassing, as you can imagine, especially in high school. Well, here's where karma comes in, and then there's karma, right? Years later, I was selling candles with a bunch of my girlfriends. Some of them were doctors and lawyers. Like, who cares, really? I mean, they were just normal people. But I used to say a lot of times, just because someone's husband's a doctor or lawyer, I mean, you don't know. They could have married the girl with the Kentucky Fried Chicken because she was pretty. They were just normal, nice girls, and we were friends. But that's what their husbands did. So some people thought that was a big deal, But anyway, here's where it goes. So I'm selling, candles with these girls. I got selling candles with these girlfriends of mine, and we were having fun. And this girl, we had like this big party that I organized at like a bingo hall or something. And these girls came. And this girl came as someone's guest. And it was really funny because she was complaining about a candle or something. And this was just shows me how I got vindicated. So she said something, and the girl that was like a doctor's wife, she kind of embarrassed her by talking to her and walking away and like really rolling her eyes so like everybody could see. And it was like I was right there, and it was like just the way it was done, it was like it was embarrassing. It made her look really bad, and it was like karma, you know what I mean? It was like she made me look bad, and then she was in front of a bunch of people, and then she looked bad, and so, but that might be little, but at the time it was like, wow, because that particular lady never, the girlfriend never acted like that about people or anything. So she like rolled her eyes and made like a funny face, like, oh, brother, and everybody could see her. Now, that's one thing. Okay, so it was kind of like that girl embarrassed me in front of a bunch of people. This lady did that to her. Now, here's a real funny one. All right, I had a cat, and the cat got hit by a car, and I was really upset because I never had a cat, that got hit by a car and died and all that, so I got a new cat. Well, I lived in one of these neighborhoods where, I used to say, I mowed my lawn today, did you mow yours? Kind of thing. We're a little snooty neighborhood, and I always was working and had my own business and stuff, so I really didn't have time for all the neighborhood drama. So I was nice to everybody, but kind of just, my rule has always been, like, be nice to everyone, but don't invite them in and have coffee, because it's just best to keep a little bit more to myself, at least until you get to know people really well. But for the most part, I was not, like, super social in the neighborhood, running around from house to house. So anyway, 2 of these girls in the neighborhood, they were like example, if they saw an ant or bug on the ground, they would act like, oh, it's been reincarnated and we'll have a special life. And I would sit there and think, oh no, because it seemed funny to me because, and anyway, because my cat got killed, these girls got a little snotty about it. So I had gotten a new cat, and I was in the house one day, and the one girl knocked on my door with a cat in a box, and she was kind of snotty, like, here's your cat, he just got hit by a car. It would be like the second cat. And I said, well, I'm sorry, but my cat's in the garage. And I laughed and laughed to myself because I thought, okay, now these two girls that are griping and complaining, now they've got to, because the way that they act, they'll have to take that cat to the vet and do all that stuff, and it's not even their cat. And I thought, that'll fix you for griping about me. So I just got tickled because I could still remember the girl standing at the door being real snotty. Here's your cat. He got hit by a car. And I'm like, my cat's in the garage. So anyway, so today's story is karma. Why you should keep your mouth shut. Don't say a word. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, so to speak. And enjoy your life. And it may not be right away. Like I said, the one thing took 20 years. The other thing happened within a few weeks. But if you just be peaceful and nice, think nice things about people, be as kind as you can. And, if somebody mistreats you, it's just a matter of time before some things go full circle. So anyway, I wanted to show you my snow. I thought you guys might get a chuckle out of that. I hope you guys remember these stories. So if you ever get mistreated, you can remember that, you reap what you sow. But anyway, I just got tickled, and I want to share different happy, silly, sad, all kinds of stories with you guys. Just lessons in life that you learn. And so, gets back to what I originally said. Sometimes you don't have to say anything. They usually hang themselves, especially if they have a big mouth. Okay, guys, I will see you in my next video.